Alright. I nearly messed up that ship at the end, but I fluked it, which is nice. Because the second half's like all the difficulty. 205, beginner, insane. Yeah. As far as the gameplay is concerned, it is enjoyable, but it is not balanced whatsoever. The second half contains pretty much all of the difficulty, mostly just from learning the pattern and the ship and the robot. But the cube and the ball aren't like free by any means in the second half. They also take a fair bit to learn, but yeah, definitely not a balanced level. And one other thing I can definitely point out is that this is not optimized well at all. I would have absolutely used LDM if I wasn't showcasing the level, which if I'm using LDM on a showcase, that defeats the entire point. But yeah, my frame rate was around halved for pretty much the whole level, and that's a bit unfortunate. I beat Astriix's rated demon then, right before this, and it has a similar optimization issue, so hopefully that's something that Astriiix has sorted out since the release of this level, because this is a few years old at this point. 77 million, so like 3, maybe 4 years, I don't know, but I think it's still a nice little level. I wish that it did a bit more in the backgrounds. I think that aside from the first ball, the backgrounds in this level are definitely a bit lacking, where they really just have like a little bit of like fog, and that's really it. I think the first ball has enough like sort of like, I guess maybe like pulsing or like twinkling elements to it, some moving lines as well that I think make that part feel complete. The level does have a masking effect going on in each part, aside from the last one where it switches to a more Neo design approach. And I think that there should have probably been a bit more going on in the background to accompany the masking effect, because it just feels a bit empty in those certain parts. Not in the sense that it feels like there's nothing there, but it feels like just some small extra details would have really made the part feel more complete. I specifically say that about the cube and robot section, which definitely was in need of some more background touch-ups. Even just something as consistent as the first ball would have definitely elevated those parts and made them a bit more consistent to the rest of the level. I think that the color work in the last part is actually really good. I really like the usage of cool and warm gradients within the blocks and the spikes. I think it's a very solid look. Again, maybe a bit more could be done in the background, but I think it's less of an issue in the last part because it's not just the masking effect that's there. It's more of a traditional design style, I guess more traditional like Neo design style, and I think that just is able to hold its weight better without really much background work, as opposed to a block design with a masking effect and overall thin structures. So I think this level definitely could have used a bit of background work to make it more consistent overall, but I still think that the masking effects designs still look pretty good. No doubt about that in my mind, and I think that it would still be worthy of a star rate by today's standards, with some polishing that could easily be increased to, the average feature standard, but I'm not sure it's going to get that at this point. The level's fairly old, but I was reminded of it when doing a little demon grinding today, and I figured I should give it a try and complete it. And if you are a fan of learny, backloaded XXL levels, I'd give this one a spin, because I did enjoy it. I did have a good time playing it. GG's.